So what's up, guys? In this video, I tried using Grock in the EXP lane. This was before the revamp, because I heard that Grock is getting revamped, and it's already ongoing on the advanced server. It might be coming in the next update. You have a lot of options during the early game when using Grock. One is to delay the minions using your second skill. Two is to cut the lane and try to mess with the enemy jungler, but that's very risky, especially when you're a solo player, because 99% of the time, your teammates won't back you up. Meanwhile, the enemy will definitely come help their jungler, so you might end up dying if you go for that risky play. Third is to fast clear the minion waves and rotate somewhere, maybe to the gold lane. It's just a shame that I couldn't kill Leslie here. Grock's first skill is great for zoning because of its CC immunity, especially against junglers. He also has an ultimate that can knock up and stun enemies for about 2 seconds, which is a really long duration in this game. I just don't know how I managed to kill a guy here, even though I got stunned by Eudora. There are also moments when Grock isn't CC immune during his first skill, right at the start of the charge and near the end of its duration. You should also take note that he's not immune to suppression skills. Akai was actually pretty funny here. He thought he pinned me against the wall, but I guess he didn't know Grock is CC immune with his first skill. But come to think of it, Grock is a good pick against heroes like Badang and Akai, because their combos rely on pinning enemies to the wall. One thing is, Grock can counter that combo using his first skill. Another thing is, Grock's passive activates when he's near a wall, giving him extra physical defense and other buffs. So in a way, Badang and Akai are actually helping Grock trigger his passive, which makes him even harder to kill. But that only works well against physical damage heroes, because Grock is weak against magic damage. Also, Grock actually has 2 passives. The first one is what I just mentioned, and the second is that if you build physical attack items, Grock gains extra physical defense. Specifically, 0.5 physical defense for every 1 point of extra physical attack. And yeah, I was using a damage build here, which means my damage was high, and at the same time my physical defense was also boosted. Sounds good, right? But actually, it's not that good in this meta. Why? Because there are so many things that can make Grock's life miserable, like magic damage and true damage. And when it comes to items, even just physical penetration is enough to make Grock feel squishy.
Grock likes sleeping.
In the EXP lane, there are a lot of heroes who can counter Grock, like Edith, Esmeralda, Xborg, Hylos, and many others. If you notice, those heroes either deal magic or true damage. But not only that, they're also tanky, and Grock can't burst them down with his combo. And when that happens, Grock becomes almost useless. Those types of heroes are natural counters to him. There are also other heroes like marksmen or mages that can melt Grock easily. But since they're squishy, Grock can burst them down too, so it's more of a 50-50 situation. However, when it gets to the late game, that 50-50 can become 80-20 in favor of those squishy heroes, because it gets harder and riskier for Grock to get close to them. By the way, I use the Assassin emblem with Impure Rage and Weapon Master as my talents. But I think the support emblem is also viable on Grock. All the base attributes it gives are valuable, so you can try it out if you want to use Grock in a different way. And if you see that your EXP lane opponent is a magic damage or true damage dealer, don't pick Grock, especially if you're planning to build physical attack items on him. You'll have a really hard time. There's pretty much nothing you can do. And in my opinion, in the current meta, winning the 1v1 in the EXP lane is a huge factor. It might still be okay if your opponent isn't a natural counter, but if they are, you'll be at a big disadvantage. In this game, it was still manageable even though Gatotkaka deals magic damage. He's more of a tank type. Grock can easily sustain his damage since it's not that high anyway. Grock's passive is kind of like Edith's ultimate, where if you build defense items, you get damage. The difference is that Edith loses her defense stats in exchange for 3.5 magic damage for every point of physical and magic attack. And from what I've heard, the revamped Grock will work similarly but in reverse. When you build physical defense, it will increase his damage. That setup sounds better than the current one, because even if you go full defense and magic defense doesn't affect his passive, it's still okay. You can build it if needed. With the revamp, his item build would make more sense and have more impact in fights. No matter what hero I'm using, as long as I get the opportunity to push, I'll definitely go for it, unless my hero really has 0 turret damage. What's frustrating is when my teammates clearly see that I'm the only one pushing turrets for the team, yet they're still quick to blame me when they die in teamfights.
Have you ever seen an ancient one?
Grock's mechanics are actually really simple, but he's hard to use effectively because there are so many counters to him. And yeah, there are tons of meta heroes right now that deal magic or true damage, like Leslie, Harith, Natan, Joy, and almost all the mid laners. That's what makes it tough for Grock in this meta. Even if you play him well, you can still get melted easily if you're up against the wrong matchups. I'm just talking about Grock's damage here. It's a different case when you build him as a tank. But even then, he's still hard to use effectively, even with a full tank build. He does perform well against certain lineups, like when the enemy team is full of physical damage. But even in that situation, I still wouldn't say he becomes overpowered or can outshine the current meta heroes. So if you ask me whether he really needs a revamp, yes, he definitely does. And based on what's in the advanced server right now, the upcoming revamp looks promising. I don't like how when you build damage on Grock, his passive only gives physical defense. If it also gave magic defense, that would have been way better, especially now that magic damage heroes are dominating the meta. It just doesn't make sense to go full damage when you're still vulnerable to magic burst. If they adjust his passive to scale with both physical and magic defense, it would make him more flexible and more viable in today's matchups. But I can't disregard the fact that Grock is really good against physical damage heroes. Like in this game, we all know Lapu is a meta hero right now, but Grock can definitely keep up with him, mainly because of his passive. The extra physical defense he gets from being near walls, plus the bonus from building physical attack, really helps him survive and trade effectively against heroes like Lapu. So in the right matchups, Grock can still shine. I thought my wall was going to kill him here, but it didn't. So I was forced to use Flicker, and I almost died because of my own mistake. Lapu was actually really good here, and he even had the purple buff. He played well because he managed to steal their own buff from their jungler, who even had Retribution. So yeah, Grock is good against certain matchups, but he will definitely struggle in the current meta.